Good afternoon, everybody. What are we going to work on today? Well, let me tell you, we're going to work on a solar panel. If you notice, hopefully you can see that up on top of the Dodge camper shell. It's not completely mounted yet. I'm going to work on that, the whole point of today's job. And it feeds an inverter that is in the back of the camper shell. We plug Tara's off-road wheelchair into that inverter. So as we go down the road, it will charge and keep the off-road wheelchair completely ready to use. And of course, we're going to pull the Dodge behind Spirit the RV. So we'll be able to play whenever we want to, right? Or whenever Tara needs that. So anyways, let's get started.
Unstoppable wheels, that's how I roll. Breaking limits, that's my goal. Onward motion, it's a revolution. Changing minds with every revolution.
So excuse the mess in the back of the camper shell. As you can tell, it's a little bit unorganized right now. I'm still trying to figure out where to put everything, but let me give you just a little quick tour. So as you can see, the rig is back there. I definitely like the winch. The winch is already powered up. The controller runs back to the back area when I have the tailgate pop down. I have some small ramps and be able to winch the rig in and out. It's not that it's so much heavy, it's just that obviously my legs don't work very well and I need the help of the winch to get her in and out safely. So I'm still trying to figure out some of the, I guess, jerry rig type things here. I don't know what else to call it, but I've got the two controllers. There's two batteries on the rig, right? There's one on each side. I already have them plugged in. I was looking for something to just keep the chargers kind of off the ground in case we hit rain or something, but also just keep them where I can easily unplug or plug as I need to pull the rig in and out. So I rigged up something here that just kind of mounts to the rig and also is contained on the side. The inverter, if you can see that, is up there in the corner. The chargers for the rig are plugged into it. And then, of course, the solar panel up on top of the roof feeds the inverter. The winch is actually plumbed right into the battery for the truck. I mean, we definitely need as much power as we can get to pull, you know, the load that it needs. I also have one of her manual wheelchairs in the back here ready to go. So obviously I'll need it to get her in and out of the truck, and then we can transfer her to the rig when she's ready to use it. I'm still trying to figure out the best place to keep her rims. I just have them kind of out of the way. There's kind of a minimal room back there, so I need to do the best I can, but I'll figure it out a little bit better. But let me show you what's on top of the roof. That's what we're going to work on today. All right, so I'm going to show you a little bit about what the solar panel looks like up on top and kind of walk you through what I'm doing today. So again, it's just, this is in the garage. It's set up here. I haven't taken it down the road yet because I want to make sure, one, it's properly secured. It's not going to fly off. And two, that it's functional. It's going to last us a long time. And, you know, we need to make sure it's in the right shape before we start using it. So let me give you a quick tour of what it looks like. As you can see, small solar panel. It feeds that inverter in the back that I showed you just a minute ago. I will run a cable from the power module here. This is a boot. The camper shell actually connects to the cab of the truck, but I will run the power cable up underneath the boot so water doesn't get in, and then right to the inverter. I did make this. It's a wire cable that I put rubber tubing around to just protect the truck, the paint, and, you know, just make sure it doesn't, when you grab it, doesn't cut yourself either. But it's meant to be a kind of a safety backup if the magnets fail. These are magnets and they're pretty strong. I mean, it's not going anywhere, but my worry is that when you're driving down the highway with the forces of the wind, that it could obviously, you know, have some sort of issue. So this actually goes up around the boot. It does connect to the other side over there, and hopefully if there is a failure, it will just keep it from flying off. Now, the thing I'm going to be working on today is I have these metal rigid clamps keeping this flat because it does fold. And to protect the fiberglass and to just keep it somewhat secure, I put these little pipe insulators on there, but I did buy some rubber bands, some stronger or bigger rubber bands, and I just want to make sure that it's going to secure it so they won't fly off either and just keep it intact. And I also bought some other magnets for the middle here just to make sure we're giving it full contact with these metal. These are adhesive pieces and they're not going anywhere. They actually adhere to the fiberglass, and they obviously provide that metal. Some of you may be asking, why didn't you just put it on the top of the metal roof of the truck? I thought about that, but I'll be honest, I didn't want to cause any damage to the truck, the metal. It's in such great shape. It seems to look better, I think, back here on the camper shell. Being this is fiberglass, I needed, something metal to adhere to, so I bought these, and they just, again, have some adhesives on the back and stick to it. Plus, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but some of the finish on the camper shell is wearing anyways. I mean, it's a fairly old camper shell, and I just would rather any damage done to it versus the cab of the truck. All right, so anyways, let's get moving, and we'll let you know how it goes. Looks like these are going to work. What I did was buy just some, I think they're exercise bands, but I bought them on Amazon. Tried to get something that's a little bit smaller than the width of this, but give it some tension. But I tried a different style at first, and they were too small. They actually were really tight, and I was worried it was going to cause some damage to the panel. So I found some larger ones. They seem like they're going to work good. So I think I'm just going to make sure they're on the end so the wind doesn't just tear it apart. Couple in the middle, and then call it good. I guess I need to add a disclaimer too for people that are, have some sort of disability. Probably wondering why I'm standing on a ladder. Yeah, I'll be honest, I do probably take some unnecessary risks sometimes, but I feel I stay within my safety and comfort zone. So I definitely, although I have no movement below the knee and my muscles below the waist are just hit and miss in general, I have good upper body strength. I make sure I have a good way to control myself as far as hold myself or get up or down using upper body strength. And I do wear AFO braces, which helps. Obviously, without those, I'm more disabled, I guess, without having a better word. So the thing I don't want to do is somebody watch me, see things I do, and maybe try something, get hurt. So that is not the intent of our channel or our message, is for anybody to get hurt. We just want people to enjoy life. Right? That there is life after a disability. There is fun things that we do, and there's love to be had, and this world's a wonderful, beautiful place, and there's some great people in this world. So it's a matter of going out and having fun. So me and Tara are not about letting our disabilities limit us, but we also want to be safe, right? So I just want to make sure that nobody watching this tries to do something that is out of their safety or comfort zone. Keep that in mind. Thank you. So I'd like to think I learned from the other side. I went ahead and removed the corners since I'm going to put bigger washers anyways, and make it easier to put these on and get the center drilled and started secured, and then I can work on that. So anyway, I struggled with that other side, but we finally figured it out. So anyways, let's get the bands on. Voila. So mounted silicone, bigger washers on the corner. I think it'll hold. Those are some very strong magnets. These new ones, this thing isn't going anywhere. But I'll obviously keep an eye on it. Plus, again, we have the safety cable. So I ran while I was on the other side. I did run the electrical cable from the solar panel into the inverter. So we're really ready to start using it. Plug it in, see if we get, I'll use my voltmeter and see if we're getting some power at the inverter. And rock and roll, and we'll keep going. So I think we can count this task complete today, and the next time we'll be pulling the rig out of the camper, and Tara will take it for the maiden voyage. She hasn't ridden it yet. We were kind of waiting until it warmed up, and then it warmed up, and I wasn't ready with this, and long story short, just an accumulation of stuff that pushed it behind. No excuse. So anyways, we need to get her out there, let her try it out, get used to it, and as we travel, it'll be there when she needs it. All right, talk to you soon. Have a good day.